take. Notable NBA Finals contenders had a good day on Tuesday. The Cavaliers beat the Eastern Conference leading Pistons. The Cavs are now 8-1 when James Harden is on the court since trading for him back in February. Jalen Brunson had 26 points and 10 dimes as he led the Knicks to their 12th consecutive win against the Raptors. Karl-Anthony Towns recorded his 100th double-double with the Knicks. And then the Spurs beat the Sixers. They're now 12-1 since February. The Spurs' West rivals Thunder beat the Bulls. Jared McCain led the team with 20 points, his second game leading the Thunder in scoring since being traded to them. The Thunder still lead the pack, though, as the favorite to win the NBA Finals, according to DraftKings Sportsbook, followed by the Nuggets and then the Spurs. We're West heavy here. Despite being the favorites to win the East, the Celtics have the fourth best odds to win the Finals as it stands right now. But which team in the entire NBA has the highest ceiling? Chiney Ogwumike, what do you think?
Before I go, please, Stephen A., keep the shirt on. I heard you. I heard that entire rant on the Pelicans. Respectfully, I work with Richard Jefferson, who always has his shirt unbuttoned all the way down to his belly button. We don't need that. We don't need that. I know you're in shape.
Girl. But I'm not saying it, Shanae. I think y'all missed it. They actually are preparing for me in the scene on General Hospital for it.
Okay,
I'm not talking about taking it on first take. I'm like, it's a brick situation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a brick situation. It's coming.
Wow.
It's coming.
Oh, you're doing it for the ratings. You're doing it for General Hospital and the ratings, and you got that summer bod already. All right, respect to you. Respect to you. Oh, my gosh, you're wildin'. Okay. Going back to the team that has the highest ceiling in the NBA. Everyone knows with SGA, you're so silly. Everyone knows with SGA, they're the team to beat. They're deep, they have a defense, and that guy is super dominant. I'm going to remove them from the equation, and I have the San Antonio Spurs really circled right now because they are just right now scratching the surface of their greatness, not only individually with this team being led by Victor Wembanyama, but also collectively. When you look at the record and the standings, and hopefully at the end of this you can see that, first with Victor Wembanyama, like this is a guy that can go out there and dominate the game in ways we have never seen before. Yesterday, I was watching the post game, and he said that we have the best team in the world. Now, mind you, we understand that that's not the reality just yet, but that's his mentality. That's his approach. Right during NBA All-Star here in Los Angeles, I played this man, Victor Wembanyama, in NBA 2K. And you know what he said to me before we said hi? We were friends from before. He said, "I'm gonna bust your ass. I'm gonna bust your ass." That's how competitive he is. And it's reflected in the standings, that belief, that mindset right there at number 2. That's crazy. That was a huge jump from where the Spurs were a couple years ago, now having the best group of young talent in the NBA. And then on top of it, I think they're top 3 in defense or 4 in defense. They have De'Aaron Fox, who's averaging like 20 points per game. They have Vassell. They have Castle. They have the balance on the outside. They need to make more three-point shots to keep the floor open for Victor. But I'm looking at the San Antonio Spurs as a team that has beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 4 times. You never know what you're going to get, but you do have the talent to go the distance and the young legs. So that's the squad that I have my eyes on.
Monica?
Sister girl, the pink is the pink, the face. You're doing your thing, my girl.
Yeah. Lip color, everything.
But, okay, so are we all agreeing to take OKC out of this? Is that what we're doing?
Please.
Yes. Yeah,
all
we
right.
can do that. We can do
Well,
that.
in the spirit of the transitive property that my sis just brought up in terms of OKC being able to knock off San Antonio, surprise, surprise, I actually think when you really look at it in terms of the way the New York Knicks have played as of late, they should be in this conversation. This is a team whose defensive rating continues to climb. They're well into the top 10. I say, hear me out. This offense is prolific. Now, the problem is, and the reason why your face looked like that, is because we have seen this pendulum swing too hard, right? In terms of their lows are super low. But if that group, to me, can find a level of consistency, I get that Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs are a real threat. I agree with Sinead's take on that end. But when I look at the matchup of these two, like this team potentially has what you need to guard on the perimeter when those guys are locked in, right? The 1-2 punch that has been so discussed in terms of Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. You're talking about all-stars, you're talking about guys that have been effective. The thing is that it's so rare that you actually see the defense and the offense show up in its best form at the same time. But I actually think that the Knicks are the most talented team in the Eastern Conference.
Stephen A. Not in the Eastern Conference, it's the entire NBA.
Correct. But Shanae, we're doing like, OKC, we all agreed. I also feel you on San Antonio, but let's get other teams in the mix. And so I would legitimately look at the Knicks to be a championship squad.
Stephen A.
Both arguments are very compelling. But how about the team we were talking about a little while ago? The Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, there's speculation that the Cleveland Cavaliers, if LeBron wanted to end his career on a high note, he departs from LA this summer, goes back to Cleveland, delivers a chip, the 5th of his career, and walks away. Tying Kobe, Tim Duncan, championship hardware, that kind of thing, right? That's what we talked about. What if it doesn't come to that because Donovan Mitchell and James Harden steps up and propels the Cleveland Cavaliers to a championship? What if that happens? What if that happens with Allen and Mobley in the lineup? With this guy Tyson hitting some threes, you know, with some of the pieces that they already have in place. What if Cleveland ends up winning a championship? Think about what that would do with the franchise. And think about what that would do with the rest of us, because we were looking forward to LeBron possibly going back to Cleveland, and now that wouldn't be necessary because they'd won without him. What about that? I think that makes for an incredibly compelling story as well. I get what you're saying about San Antonio. I get what you're saying about the Knicks. But we saw a Cleveland Cavaliers team with KAT sitting out inexplicably during the playoffs last year. We saw James Harden, before he arrived, not showing up in big games, meaning performing at a high level. And now he's in Cleveland, replacing Darius Garland. What if the Cleveland Cavaliers ascend to that point? That's a really, really interesting story. I can't not.
Stephen A.
How are we defining ceiling?
Stephen A.
I feel you.
Just like your impeccably tailored suit today, you are giving stark contrast to the way that we started this show. Period. Because you were solo on the Cleveland Cavaliers to start. And now you're saying that they have the highest ceiling.
Well,
Time out.
Yeah.
Time out. That's exactly falling in line. In other words, I'm low on them right now. So if they won the championship, how high can you go? Which team has the highest ceiling? I'm saying if they pulled that off based on what we just finished talking about, that would be an incredibly big thing.
Yeah.
My ceiling is predicated not just on this year potentially being a surprise team and challenging the contenders in the West, but also this San Antonio Spurs team is set up for years to come.
Oh, wait, time out.
They built it.
Whoop, whistle.
Yeah,
Time out. How are we defining ceiling?
The ceiling
Needs to
is
be
the NBA
clarified.
championship.
Of this season.
Of this season.
I thought
Which
the championship
team
this
could win
season.
the championship?
Who changed the narrative now?
Yeah, I think I agree a little bit more with Stephen A. in terms of this season. I think the Spurs are very close to what they're going to be this year. I think they're close to what they're going to be this year. But I think those other two teams, we done seen some lows with them.
Look, the way I define ceiling, maybe as the tallest person here, okay? The way I define ceiling is that plenty of room to surprise you, meaning this is a team that people come in with maybe a little bit lower expectation, but they can surprise you. And we've seen over the course of the regular season